So over the past few days, we've heard a lot about restricted free agents from the 2020 NBA free agency pool choosing to decline their contract extensions. Guys like Buddy Hield, Jaylen Brown, and Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers have all done that. These players are playing it smart because since the 2020 NBA free agency is basically trash, with the top guys being Anthony Davis, who will definitely stay in LA, Draymond Green, and DeMar DeRozan, it shouldn't be too surprising to assume that teams with a lot of cap space next summer wouldn't just throw out big deals at these guys, hoping that they reach their potential someday. Some teams that come to mind are definitely the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Charlotte Hornets, Memphis Grizzlies, and also the Atlanta Hawks, who will all have $20+ million to spend in next year's free agency. With that being said, it seems like Sabonis and the team will not get an extension done by this Monday's deadline. However, they can't just let Sabonis walk during the next summer to another team without getting anything in return either. This puts the Pacers in a weird spot only 4 days before the start of the season. I think that they have a total of 4 options after reading reports that they are looking or listening to trades right now. The first option is to trade Sabonis as soon as possible if they were offered something huge and were unable to turn it down. This would keep the team's chemistry running smoothly going into the season. It's also important to note that the Pacers want to probably get a great forward to replace him in the starting lineup, not draft picks or young players that haven't proven much yet, because they're not too far away from being contenders in the East. The Pacers would most likely attach Doug McDermott or TJ Leaf in the offers to match the other players' contracts. And even that wouldn't probably equal up to as much money for whoever they get in return. Here's an example of what that trade would look like, and please don't crucify me on the comment section because the trade rumor literally started only like 10 hours ago, so I wasn't able to find the perfect trade just yet. This is only an example, so yeah, don't crucify me in the comments. Sabonis, TJ Leaf, and 3, but really however many second round picks the Celtics want for Jaylen Brown and Grant Williams. In this trade, the Pacers get a guy in Jaylen Brown with great potential to become a future All-Star. However, he's been very inconsistent so far in Boston due to his role constantly changing because of the amount of wings on that team. And Grant Williams, who is a rookie and he plays like a vet. He would get a role as a backup power forward in Indiana. As a Pacers fan, I'd be very excited about a potential lineup of Brogdon, Oladipo, Brown, Warren, and Turner. Not only that, but Brown would also be an insurance policy if Victor Oladipo were to come back from his injury as a worse player. On the other hand, the Celtics would roll out a lineup of Walker, Smart, Hayward, Tatum, and Sabonis. Defensively, it's not the best, but offensively, it's definitely up there with the top of the league. Domas has shown that he's clearly a better fit on a team as the only big on the floor. He has one of the very best footworks of any center in the league in the paint and is a tremendous rebounder. The 23-year-old big would thrive in Boston and would also leave Enes Kanter to play the backup center position where he would thrive as a sixth man as well. Furthermore, Leaf and the second round picks should be enticing enough for Boston to consider this deal. The second option is to wait until mid-December all the way to the trade deadline in February, when they are officially allowed to trade free agents acquired in this past offseason like Malcolm Brogdon and Jeremy Lamb, which would help out in matching contracts with other teams' forwards because most of them are being paid a lot more than Doug McDermott's $7 million per year contract and Sabonis' $3.5 million per year rookie deal. I won't give my personal trades for this option because there's just so many different things that could happen in the next few months. Next, we have the third option where the Pacers are able to match a deal, and we're able to do that because he is a restricted free agent, and we'd have to match whatever craziness is offered to Sabonis from desperate teams during the 2020 offseason. That deal would most likely surround $25 million per year, which would tighten up the Pacers' payroll up a lot. And that wouldn't be too ideal, especially with Victor Oladipo's pending 2021 free agency. This would probably only happen if the pairing of Sabonis and Miles ended up working out perfectly for the Pacers. The fourth option is to make a sign and trade deal with another team around the league during the 2020 offseason. This is the most unpredictable situation because there's just so many different things that could happen by then, and sign and trade deals are usually very unpredictable. For example, D'Angelo Russell went to the Warriors on a sign and trade deal last year, and nobody could predict that. So pretty much in conclusion, there's a lot of different ways that the Pacers can approach this situation. We don't necessarily have to panic just yet about trading him, but we should definitely look into it just in case. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like, comment which option you would choose if you were the Pacers GM, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also turn on the bell for post notifications, and with that being said, I'll see y'all boys out.